Good day, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. This is Thursday on Holy Week, and so this is a very special day in the life of the church. This is where Jesus went up to the upper room with his disciples and celebrated the Passover feast, but sort of redefined it by utilizing the bread and the wine to be his body and blood. And so, and he told the disciples that this is something they ought to do often. He mandated, hence Maundy, Thursday. He mandated that they partake of this body and blood, the bread and the wine, often, so that they could be assured of their forgiveness and reminded of their salvation. You know, the cross brings that, the empty tomb brings that as well, and it's just something that we are to do often and celebrate his supper, his forgiveness, his salvation as often as we can. Unfortunately, we can't right now because of the isolation. But don't forget that he did this for you. And so we launch into the Psalms. We're at Psalm 92, and so let's look at this. It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your steadfast love in the morning and your faithfulness by night, to the music of the lute and the harp, to the melody of the lyre. For you, O Lord, have made me glad by your work. At the works of your hands I sing for joy. How great are your works, O Lord! Your thoughts are very deep. The stupid man cannot know, the fool cannot understand this, that though the wicked sprout like grass and all evildoers flourish, they are doomed to destruction forever. But you, O Lord, are on high forever. For behold your enemies, O Lord, for behold your enemies shall perish. All evildoers shall be scattered. But you have exalted my horn like that of the wild ox. You have poured over me fresh oil. My eyes have seen the downfall of my enemies. My ears have heard the doom of my evil assailants. The righteous flourish like a palm tree and grow like a cedar in Lebanon. They are planted in the house of the Lord. They flourish in the courts of our God, to declare that the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. One of the things that stuck out at me very quickly was this last part. It says, the righteous flourish like a palm tree and grow like the cedar of Lebanon. They are planted in the house of the Lord. They flourish in the courts of God. They still bear fruit in old age. They are ever full of sap and green. You know, it reminded me of Jesus' words to the disciples in John 15, where he says, in verse 4, he says, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. See, part of our significance, part of our purpose is being connected to him. And I think that's what we've been talking about all throughout this devotional period that we have been doing, is that more than ever now is so important in our lives. We are to connect to him. We are to abide in him. Because this is hard. This is difficult. This isolation, this whole virus, pandemic, epidemic, it's just hard. And so now more than ever, us abiding in him and being planted in him, we are guaranteed by his word that we will flourish, that we will be strengthened, that we will have what we need to carry on. And not only that, but that strength and that perseverance and that hope that we have will bear fruit. And one of the questions that I want to leave you with today is how is it bearing fruit right now? I mean, is your connection to Him solid? Is it staying connected to Him? And if that connection is solid, is it bearing fruit? And that's a difficult thing right now, because it's hard to bear fruit when you're in isolation. But we can always ask, Lord, how do you want me to use this time? How do you want me to be a part of your kingdom, abiding in you and being used by you? So I hope that helps a little bit. And I hope you ask that question of yourself. But all the more, staying planted in Him, because He is the God who is going to get us through this. Until tomorrow, blessings, and we'll look forward to seeing you then.